Hello guys, welcome back to my channel. In today's video we're going to be learning how to draft a princess dart bustier with yoke. If this is what you want to see, please keep on watching. So we're just going to get right into the video now. I'm just going to draw my baseline, my starting line, whatever you call it, and we're going to start taking our measurement from that place. So I'm going to place my tape on that starting line, and I'm going to mark my bust point 10 inches, my under bust 14 inches, and my waistline 16.5 inches, and I'm just going to draw an horizontal line. Now I'm going to take my neck width. I'm doing 3 by 3 inches for the front. This is the front piece, and I'm going to make a mark at that and connect it with my French curve. I'll be taking my shoulder measurement, divide by 2. I'll mark at that, then I'll come down from that shoulder measurement line and come down by 1 inch to get my shoulder slope. I'll be connecting the shoulder slope to my neckline. And now to get my chest line, I'm going to be dividing my bust measurement by 6, and I'll be adding 1.5 to it, and that is going to be my chest line. So I'm just going to make a mark at that, and I'll draw a straight line. And from that shoulder slope, I'll be connecting it to the chest line. To get my armhole curve, I'll be dividing my bust measurement by 4, and I'm going to make a mark at that to get my armhole curve. So I'm going to divide what I have there into 2, and I'm going to make a mark at that. I'll be coming in by 1/2 inch, and I'm going to use my French curve to connect from the shoulder to the armhole. I'll be labeling that as my chest line, my bust point, my under bust, and also my waistline. On my bust point line, I'm going to be dividing my nipple to nipple measurement by 2, and I'm going to mark 4 inches on the waistline, the bust point line, and the under bust, and I'm going to connect with a straight line. At the under bust line, I'm going to come in by 1/4 inch, and on the waistline as well. Then for the side front, I'm going to come out by 2 inches. This is optional. You can do 1.5 inch depending on your bust size. If your bust size is small, you can do 1.5 inch, but if you're on the bigger side, you can do 2 inches. I'll be connecting with my French curve to get that bust part. Now I'm going to come down from my bust point by 1 inch, and I'll be connecting that to my waistline as shown. I'm taking my shoulder measurement. I'm going to divide it by 2, and I'll be connecting a straight line to my bust point line. Now for my yoke, I'm just going to measure what I have from my baseline to my chest line. I have 7.5 inches. I'm going to go up by 1 inch because of the yoke. I don't want this to be too deep. So if you want yours to be very deep, you can come down by 1 inch or half an inch. So I'm just going to use my pencil to trace this out, the kind of neckline I want, a sweetheart neckline, and connect it to the armhole. I'll be using a marker to highlight this too so that you see what I'm doing. If you do not have a French curve, you can use your free hand as well, as you see me doing. So I'm just going to use my free hand to connect it to my armhole. So this is something you can do with your free hand if you do not have a French curve. Now this is what my yoke looks like. This is the yoke I want for this princess dart bustier. So after we've done that, I'm going to be taking the dart for the chest line. I'm going to come in by 1 inch and also come out by 1 inch, as you see me doing. You can do 1/4 of an inch or half an inch depending on your size or the size of your client. Now I'm going to connect the dart to my bust point, as you see me doing. Now this will be all for the princess dart bustier drafting. Now I'm going to take my bust measurement. So you divide your bust measurement by 4. Whatever you get, you place it. So I'm going to do that for my bust point, my under bust, and also my waistline. I'm going to divide my measurement by 4, and whatever I get, I'm going to place it there. So what I'm doing now is to put back my dart. So the dart I got at that point, I'm going to replace it, then add my 1.5 inch allowance. I'm going to be doing the same thing for the waistline. All the lines we got, we're going to connect them on the sides like this. The upper part is my yoke. Now I'm going to cut it out. Now this is the front. This is what it looks like. This is my center front, my side front, and my yoke. Now we're going to place this aside and we're going to be drafting the back. So the line you see at the center front is going to be my zipper allowance. So I used 1.5 inch for my zipper allowance. I'm just coming down by 2 inches for my neck depth and 3 inches for the width. The width for the front and the width for the back is going to be the same. I'm just going to connect it with a curve. I'm just taking my shoulder measurement and coming down by 1 inch for my shoulder slope. So this is just a repetition of what we did for the front. We're just going to do it for the back. So from my baseline, I'm going to come down by 7.5 inches for my chest line, my bust line 10 inches, and my waist line 16.5 inches. I'm going to connect it with a straight line. So this is also our basic bodice pattern. So if you do not know how to draft a basic bodice pattern, this is how you go about it, the front and the back as well. So I'm just going to connect from my armhole to get my armhole curve as shown. Now for the dart at the back, I'm going to take my nipple to nipple measurement divided by 2. I'm going to be marking that at the bust line, the chest line, and also the waistline. I'm going to be connecting those lines with a straight line. For the dart, I'm going to be coming out and also coming in by 1/2 inch. And we're doing that on the waistline as well, 1/2 inch on both sides, and we'll be connecting it to the chest line. So that will be all for our dart. Now I'm just going to divide my bust measurement by 4. My dart, I will impute it and also add my allowance to it. So the dart, I had 1 inches there, so I'm going to replace it back and add my allowance to it. I'll be doing the same thing for the chest line, and this will be all for the drafting of the back. The line I'm ruling out is going to be the yoke for my back. So I'm just going to label that as my yoke. Now for the yoke, you can decide on the kind of neckline that you want. So you can just place your French curve to make the kind of neckline you want for the back, a stylish neckline, whatever it is you want to make. You can use your freehand as well, but I will not be making any other neckline for this, so we're just going to cut this out. If this is your first time coming across this channel, please don't forget to give this video thumbs up and also subscribe to the channel. Subscribing to the channel is absolutely free and it helps the channel grow. So this will be all for this pattern drafting. Thank you so much for watching. I'll be seeing you in my next video. Bye.